Okay, got a match here against A180, but because my Wi-Fi USB connector is still garbage, had to do it over Battle Revolution, which was fine, as I wanted to upload some more PBR videos anyway, and Wii LAN Adapter rocks. Anyway, gotta do a recap here because my dumb face can't remember to click the record button. And want to make a note also that we both agreed to obscure the right half of our screen to keep our opponent's roster a secret, just out of fairness and to make it more like the DS battles. Anyway, so first match I completely did not record, and started off pretty poor for me as I hate taunt Aerodactyl leads, but he made some over predictions and I was able to get the upper hand, and eventually tricked over Mind Games' choice specs to Blissey, and Medi was pretty much able to sweep him with choice spec Shadow Balls, which was pretty funny, but unfortunately I forgot to record it, and he didn't want it uploaded anyway, so whatever. So second match starts, and I've got Turbo Man, Ninja Scout versus Scarf Moltres. I protect, get a speed boost, he air slashes, and go ahead and go for the Swords Dance, as that's just what I want to do, want to try something. And Sash activates, saves me, and I pass out to Elec Man, who takes the Scarfed air slash no problem. Go for a cross chop in case he wants to switch out, but he doesn't. And I'm able to T-Bolt for the KO in the next round anyway. So in comes Tarvos, the Swords Dance Lucario. Of course, afraid of extreme speed, but I don't want him to get a free swords as I switch out. So I go ahead and let Elec Man die. And then I think for a while to bring in Bass or Shade Man, and I end up going with Shade Man just because he's more defensive, and both of their Earthquakes would kill Tarvos in one hit anyway. And looks like that's what happened here, as Tarvos went for a Swords Dance and got knocked out in one hit, which made me very happy. So we'll see what he wants to bring in now after Tarvos has been taken down, and he goes out to Zelkova. So fortunately I've got Ice Fang, so I know I can probably 2-hit KO. I kind of forgot about the Yache Berry at this point, so gets a Dragon Dance as expected. And at first I thought this Ice Fang misses because of the way the animation does for the super effective berries on PBR, but it didn't. It just hit with less damage. So I'm hoping that'll 2-hit KO now that the Yache Berry's gone. I'm not sure, but I kind of have to go for it anyway. I figure I'll live in Outrage because Shade Man is just that bulky, unless he gets a crit, of course. So Outrage comes and does less than 75%, so that's cool. Ice Fang goes and is able to knock Zelkova out, so that was pretty key right there. If I didn't knock Zelkova out right there, I was probably swept. Thinks about it for a while, and ultimately goes over to a different Aerodactyl. I didn't notice at the time. The other one's named Wyvern, and apparently I just wasn't paying attention to the nickname, so I assumed this one had Taunt too, as I didn't see the different nickname, and so I didn't want to roost. I went ahead and went for an Ice Fang there, and I went for the Fire Fang, which did not do too much. I come to find out later that this is actually a Choice Band Aerodactyl, so oh well. Ice Fang, and I didn't figure that out during the battle, especially seeing how little that did, that it was Choice Band. Did afterwards from Friend Pass, because they're cool. But go for the Ice Fang now. At that point I figured, oh sweet, I broke his sash, not knowing that he didn't actually have a sash. But fortunately he doesn't get any hacks on Fire Fang with a flinch or a burn, and I'm able to 2-hit KO with Ice Fang. So Shade Man's doing pretty good this match so far. He's taken out 3 dudes all by himself. Looking like he's about on his last legs, or wings, or tail, or whatever he likes to stand on. But let's see what A180's going to bring in now, and I think it's going to be Altair, which will completely wall Gliscor, but I'll see what I can do about it. And in comes Skarm, and I should be faster just because Gliscor's got a lot higher base speed than Skarmory. Look over my guys, I don't have anyone I want to switch to. So I'm going to go ahead and roost up just to get back up to a decent amount that I won't be KO'd by Drill Peck, in case he wants to do that, which is doubtful. Sets up some spikes, so that's fine, I guess. And before I jack Shade Man out here, I want to go ahead and knock off Altair's leftovers, as that will be a huge boon in getting him dead at some point. So leftovers go away, sets up more spikes, and this team is pretty much, I told him this was crap, Very crappy team. As you can see, there are no physical or special sweepers on here. I've got Evire there with Thunderbolt, but that's about it. Apart from Medi here, who's got this is Bolt Beam Medi. So that was pretty much the only special attack on this entire team, which is why I said it was pretty crappy. Anyway, figure I'll go for the Thunderbolt here and see how much I can do with it. I'm afraid of him having a ground type. I guess Torterra is about the only one he really has that I can think of. And sure enough, he packed it. But that's fine, as I've got Ice Beam, which won't one-hit KO, just because Medi's not that strong and Brinstar is that bulky. But it should two-hit KO without much problem. Sets up a Leech Seed, and I'm going to hope this Ice Beam does well over half. And it does. Does enough that I think I'm going to be able to two-hit KO. Gets a big chunk back here from the Leech Seed. God, look at that HP go up. But should be still low enough that I'm going to be able to KO with Ice Beam after he sets up a Stealth Rock on me, which makes me really sad, because now that means that even Turbo Man, who's still living there at 1 HP, is going to die. But not that he was that useful to him anymore anyway, as he wouldn't be able to do anything to scar him, and there's no reason to pass off speed to anything. So, looks like he's just down to Altair now, and about the only hope he'll have here is just shuffling me around, which he can definitely still do, as I think he's got at least 2 layers of spikes set up. But I go for the Thunderbolt, and I think it does about 75%. My video is kind of lagging here, but I believe it does about 75%. So Bass comes out, and I have absolutely nothing to do to Skarmory. Thinking about putting Thunder Punch on there after I get the Platinum Tutors and Platinum come March 22nd, or shortly thereafter, or what not, just so that I can actually do something. I know I won't 2-hit KO, but it'll be something. So I go for some Night Slashes, trying to get some crits as I'm Choice Banded, and it looks like he's just going to roost up. So I know this isn't going to work out in the long run, but I figure he might Whirlwind now, as he's at a decent amount of HP, so I'll go ahead and go for another attack. And didn't want to switch out and then Whirlwind and get more residual damage for sure. But he went ahead and roosted again, so that was fine. I think I got my crit there, which still did next to nothing. Although at least the lefties are gone, so... Oh, no, there comes my crit. Still does next to nothing. And he decides he's just going to go ahead and Drill Peck Bass for the KO, as Sceptile doesn't exactly have great physical defense. Or special defense for that matter, but physical's even worse. So I'll go out to Medis. It's the only special attacker I have, much less anything with a super effective attack. And pop him with a Thunderbolt, see what I can do. Get to go first, which means he's going to Whirlwind me and get him down there a pretty good ways. And looking at all that entry hazard damage Medi took, it's taking a pretty nice chunk. So that's not good. If he Whirlwinds me out too many times, Medi's just going to die from all that stuff. So he can definitely still win here. It's not hopeless. Thought about staying in here with Shade Man and just going for some Ice Fang, get some freeze on him, and then eventually get him with Medi with a 2-hit KO. But that would just be boring and a waste of time. So I'll go over to Medi now as he hopefully roosts. And yeah, Medi's about dead from all that stuff. And sure enough, he gets back up there with Roost. So I'm low enough that Drill Peck might KO, but I don't know. I can't risk soft boiling. I've got a T-Bolt now, because if I get Whirlwinded, well, I don't know. Anyway, I decided I just wanted this stall war to end, and I go for the Thunderbolt, see what happens. Roosts up, and recovers, I guess, about 25% there. And T-Bolt comes, and I think knocks him almost exactly to where he was. So I gotta go for it. So here comes Thunderbolt. If it KOs, I'm good. If it doesn't, I don't know, maybe Tomahawk Man could come in and do a Brick Break or something. But fortunately, just KOs, and that ends the game. So he definitely said I had a chance there at the end, and I was definitely worried. But fortunately, Medi was able to pull through, as it had no other special attackers on that team. Not balanced at all, but that was one reason I wanted to play him with it. And Any of you who are in the Shaman tournament here, video will be up this weekend with some pairings. Hoping to get a couple more guys, which will be nice, and later days.